Do you want to increase your sales and profits by double digits this year? Dick Ollek and his staff at Consultants in Cleaning, LLC can provide both telephone and on-site assistance to help you do just that. There are no long-term agreements required from this industry pro with nearly 50 years of making it happen. Dick and his team have a proven track record and stand ready to help you. Visit their website at www.consultantsincleaning.com or give them a call at 573-873-9500. Welcome to Tripodcast, episode 219. It's Monday, April 30th, and today, Dick Ollek wants us to ask why 5 times. Why? Well, that's 1, and after 4 more, you might get to the actual answer. He has some interesting thoughts on this. Let's listen in.
I want to talk to you about asking why 5 times. This is a fun one to try with someone, and I suggest you do it. For instance, have you ever asked anybody why they were late for work? And they gave you some excuse and didn't make a lot of sense, but you just went on about your thing, went on about your work. They told you, you thought it was a flimsy excuse. Let me try to give you a new approach. Why were you late for work? Well, my car wouldn't start. Why wouldn't your car start? Well, the battery's dead. Well, why was the battery dead? We just had payday. Couldn't you get a new battery? Well, I went out partying with the guys and, kind of spent the money that I had at payday, and so I couldn't get a battery. Partied all weekend, just nothing left. And then I had to take my wife to the emergency room, and, we don't have insurance, so they required some money, so, I just couldn't get to work on time. In fact, I had to hustle a ride to get here because my car's out of gas, and so forth. Well, you got down, rather than just didn't get here on time, you got the real reason. They partied. Now, that's the reason that's important to you is, that may be a good worker who you thought, they'll be a leader, they'll maybe be a good supervisor for a building sometime. But if that's the way they spend their time and their money, is that someone that you really want to have leading a crew? So that's one of the side benefits of asking why 5 times on anything. Now, let's put it in another role. If somebody came to work late and you said, why are you late? They said, I had to take my wife to the emergency room. Oh my gosh, what happened? She had a heart attack. Well, in that case, you can go on down the list, but you already know that was probably a legitimate, in fact, I would ask, what room is she in at what hospital? And I'll send her some flowers, and if they don't want flowers and can't remember the hospital, that's probably not a legitimate reason. But the point I'm making is that you would treat any discipline differently for that person than you would for the person who was late because they drank all weekend or partied all weekend and are late for work. You would probably create some discipline for that person, where the person who's late because their wife had to go to the emergency room with a heart attack, I'd probably be a little more lenient on any disciplinary action, if any. Now, of course, today, in today's ages of cell phones, you can call anybody at any time. However, I can probably, putting myself in their shoes, if my wife had a heart attack and I had to take her to the emergency room, probably everything else in my life would take second chair, take a back seat, and I probably wouldn't call in right away either to tell you I was going to be late for work. But you don't treat everybody the same because they're late for work, or any other issue for that matter. But you don't know how to treat them unless you ask why, and usually the 5th why is the one that gives you the real answer. So try it next time. Somebody is doing something that is not correct. Maybe they're late for work, or they're running a vacuum incorrectly, or they're buffing a floor that is absolutely contrary to what you've taught them. Ask them why, and then just keep asking. And usually you get down to number 4, number 5, and you get the real answer of why they're not doing it correctly. Let me ask you, let me suggest you, ask it, try it, ask why, 5 times. You'll be amazed at the real answers that you'll get.
You've been listening to a Tripodcast, short video and audio presentation about important topics in our industry. If you're a current subscriber to the Tripodcast, thank you. We appreciate it. If you're not yet a subscriber, please check it out. It's free and it's easy. Come to www.tripodcast.com, enter your email address on the right-hand column, and click subscribe. We'll send you out a new Tripodcast every Monday morning.